They was puffing last night, and yeah, so that's good. That and muchos. Muchos, muchos, muchos. Muchos, 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 muchos. Muncho, muncho. Huh?
What you call it, muchos?
Chips.
That's how you want sweet rice?
Yeah. I don't need all that extra. Did you eat that cinnamon roll for breakfast?
I had this cinnamon toast crunch.
Oh, I don't like that cereal.
I don't either. That's the last time I bought
It
it.
has a weirdness about it. So, yeah, I was shopping for more whatchamadoodles, and I'm not seeing that he responded to my message at all. So let's look into that real quickly. Let's look into look into it, to it, to look into it. Look into it, to it, to look into it, to it, to do. Look into it, into it, into it, into it, into. So yeah, that's it. Munchos, Cheeto Puffs, that candy, and you get a Twix. Twix is okay. Twix is okay for like a little quick little you know, a quick little whatchamacallit.
Any specific meal ideas you want to do?
Meal ideas. Well, I'll just go ahead and do that roast. Like long as I do a meat for you, you're responsible for your own sides.
Right. Okay.
Hey guys. So we're going to go ahead and talk about whatever spirit shows me needs to be talked about whichever Christopher this is about. I just don't know why these. Y'all don't understand how it goes. Oh, we got my book here. We got my book here. My Cards of Destiny book. It's here. Let you guys see it. We're ready for today's session. Also, for my perimenopausal hot flashes, I'm ready. I'm ready. My baby getting me ready. She getting me ready. She getting me ready. Hit the like button when you come in here looking at me, stalking me. You know, if you're here to support, you should hit the like button automatically. Just double tap the screen like this. Just double tap the screen. So I do have my fan in case. It's nice too. It's pink with the little rose color. It has a little tell you what temperature you on and everything. I like it. So we're gonna go and it goes up to 6. So we're gonna turn that off until we need it, y'all. So I hope by the end of today's picks that we figure out what's going on, child. Because I'm telling you, I teach my daughter to validate her feelings. And when somebody keep coming up in your energy, it's got to be for a reason. And you guys see there's one video I did to show you how my random app works. So I was like, okay, Spirit, okay, I'm showing up. What you want to talk about, is it going to be the hologenetic profiling today? Is it going to be the keys? Like, what we talking about? But y'all know it's like a gumbo. It'd be a gumbo of stuff. So with that being said, this is a personal vlogging channel about my personal life. And things I say may trigger your empowerment, okay? I mean, your enlightenment and your empowerment, okay? Because the truth tends to set you free. Yes, it can be quite triggering, but hey, We gotta do what we gotta do. Okay? Straight up. Straight up. We got to do what we's got to do. I ain't got no time for it. Okay? So, I've been having a lot of stomach pain. A whole lot of stomach pain. Thank you for talking, whoever you, these little trolls coming here. Thank you. Trolls, please talk. Talk so I can block you. Talk, okay? Talk. Because I'm paying attention to trolls. Or just, lifeless entities. Talk so I can block. Okay, so that's all I will block a motherfucker. So please talk. If not, get with the program to just watch and don't say shit. I read energy very, very, very sharply. So even if you're not somebody that I know personally, disguising yourself behind a fake profile, it doesn't matter. I read energy, and anything negative and just straight up stupid, silly, just anything negative, and it's my discernment whether I feel it's negative or not, it'll be blocked. So please talk if you want to be blocked. Thank you. Yeah, because I just don't have any time for it. I go in live streams and I see a lot of shit I don't like, and I never go, oh, let me just tell them that I just don't like them, or let me just be annoying. I never do that. So if I don't like it, I go. If a short comes up, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Simple. I don't react to it and like, oh my God, it's triggering me so bad I gotta say something negative. So I tend to, ever since I started speaking out on social media, am like overrun with trolls. Like overrun, that's what they do. So I just want to keep it in mind. Hold on. Let me see. Wait a minute. It's certain things. Okay, so let me tell you. I'm gonna be enlightening you guys to how certain things work too. Okay, it could be certain things that you're watching on social media. Not that you're paying attention to it like somebody specific that you're watching all the time, everything that they're posting and everything that they're doing. But what you must pay attention to is that through your phone, they trigger you by names, okay? So, or titles, okay? Or just words. It doesn't have to be like a proper name, like a Michael, a Christopher, a Jason, Kelly, Elizabeth. No, it could just be a word. So pay attention to that. And if it makes you feel any kind of a way, because we talked about validating your feelings, block it. If you are a person that goes live and it makes you feel any kind of way negative, any kind of way, I don't care. Like, you don't have to identify the emotion. Like, what? Why would that make me feel some kind of way? Don't do that. Don't do that. Just block it. Okay? Just block it. All right? Just block it. I'm just telling you that's what I do. That's like how I read energy in a way that it's become so super like sensitive to where leaving out of the house and traveling about, I'm realizing like, wow, I think my senses of, negative energy, I've been able to sense it in a more succinct, sharper way due to this social media. Because I don't think it was that sharp or that sensitive until I started being on social media. This technology shit, okay? So just keep that in mind. But anyway, we're going to be validating our feelings, okay? And every time I approach my psychic intuitive counseling sessions, I approach it with gratitude and humility, okay? Meaning that I hold myself accountable. I'm highly, highly, highly aware of allowing my emotions be shown in a public arena. I'm very aware of that. And actually it has been way more like, it's been a very useful tool, right? It has. So that's the positive side of it, but you got to have a strong sort of ruthless way of doing it. You know what I'm saying? The strength must be there, mind, body, soul. All is in a holistic manner, has to be there together, balanced. But at the same time, you got to be a bit ruthless. So I think my Aquarius rising, my Aquarius moon, And my black moon Lilith in Aquarius, you know, in my Western chart actually facilitates that. And I think I have a Pluto in Libra 7th house. Yeah. And then my moon is in Capricorn. Anyway, so it's a lot of placements that allows me to have that capability. Okay. It wasn't something that I just started doing. Like, it just like came to me naturally. I didn't realize it until I was on Plenty of Fish and noticing that particular, well, it doesn't exist anymore, but when it did exist, that particular platform had live streaming abilities for the people that use their app or whatever. And I realized that as soon as somebody enters into your stream, you can see their little head. So that triggered the fuck out of me, right? So honestly speaking, I kind of like it the way YouTube does it, to where you won't know who's watching you unless they say something. I like that. I actually like that feature. That's good. Good looking out, YouTube. But on Plenty of Fish, when they used to have the live streaming ability, every time somebody enters into your stream, you can see it. You can see their little heads. And that triggered me so bad. It triggered me so bad because instead of me paying attention to what I'm talking about, it wasn't that I paid attention to their comments. I paid attention to the pictures. So it drew me in, and then on Plenty of Fish, you had the ability to click the little picture, and it takes you directly to their profile. So now I'm distracted because over here on the sideline, I'm over here going, the fuck, why are you watching me? So it was crazy, y'all, but it was a really good, I call it like social media live stream boot camp. You know, it was really good for that because I was triggered like a motherfucker. Okay. So YouTube, you did that. You did that by way of making whoever's looking at you, you can't see them. But if they talk, then you see them. I like that. I like that. Anywho, so I tell my daughter all the time to validate her feelings. And I told her that if she just starts talking about somebody, let's say she's like having a conversation with me and she's like, yeah, mom, so, you know, yeah, today was a trip at work, you know, such and such, and then so and so and so. And then this one lady, you know, I was so glad that I was able to help her because it was just crazy the way, you know, this and that was going on her account. And, you know, we figured it out, though, and she was so grateful. So she's telling me about work. And then out the blue, she'll be like, yeah, you know, she'll start feeling like this anger energy coming in. And I could tell, like, she's shifting because what she was talking about was positive. And then she'll start talking about a specific guy that she dealt with. And I'll be like, okay. Because, you know, I'm definitely keen on seeing the shifts in people. So I was like, what was that shift? What was that shift? You talking about working as being positive. You know, you said you helped her. She was so overzealous about, you know, complimenting how you helped her and how you just, you know, stayed in it till, you know, y'all got it figured out. Then you start talking about, let's just say Steven. That's a fictitious name. You just start talking about Steven, like, why, how did he come in? And then she'll stop and be like, I didn't even realize I'm glad you brought that to my attention, Mom. I don't know. I just got fucking irritated. And then I started talking about some shit he had did. You know, that's been happening a lot with these Christophers. With me. So I validate my feelings. And like, what the fuck? Like, what is it? Like, I don't know what live it was on, y'all, because sometimes when the downloads come or the feelings get really overwhelming and I got to express it. And I don't know which live it was while I was talking about Chris Williams. And I was talking about them dreams I was having and shit. Like, what the fuck? So yeah, y'all know in another live it said pay attention to your dreams. So with that being said, like, I'm not going to say that Christopher McNeese that I call Quasi. Everybody else calls him by his government name. I call him what the fuck he told me his name was when we first started dealing with each other. So that's what I call him. Well, he did say his government name, but I was like, nah, I'm not calling you that. I already know several Chris's. So I like to differentiate you from those Chris's. Anywho, I have not been dreaming about this dude. The dreams was about Christopher Williams, but why the fuck does this dude stay in my energy? Like, So the example I just gave you with my daughter just having a casual conversation is what's been going on with me with my daughter. Like we be just casually talking about whatever. And then I'm just going on this rant of like, what the fuck? Like, it's very defensive. This is how you know somebody's strongly in your energy. You're very defensive against the person as if they're at your front door, constantly knocking or ringing the doorbell and harassing you to open the door. Let me talk to you. Open your door. Let me talk to you. It's indicative. It's like that. It's like a major indicator of this person being in your energy. You know, because I could be over here designing some art. I could be over here shopping for new pendants. I'm supposed to be getting my daughter a copper chain like this. I gotta find it. Dialing it into the universe. Help me find somebody that's selling these copper chains like this so I can buy a few of them. Like, please, universe, help me out. Because they're very durable. I've had this necklace for years now. And it doesn't tarnish or anything. Even if it has any tarnishing on it, it's like it's like a white patina of tarnishing that kind of, you know, makes it look antique-y. I like that. Anywho, so I could be doing that. And then my daughter come in here and she's talking to me about something. We're talking like, yeah, girl, blah, 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 such and such and so and so. And I'm like, yeah, my nails, and you know, and they keep breaking, but for some reason I didn't trim them down and shit. And then, you know, so, and then the other day when I saw the dog on the sidewalk, and then the dog was just standing there barking and looking up at the fucking window. And I was like, that motherfucking time that Quasi came over here, like that's how it been happening. That's a perfect example. Because but see, here's the point. What was the subject? So you got to pay attention. What was the subject you were talking about that made you bring up this person that you feel is in your energy and around you? What did happen? So what did I say? The dog was on the sidewalk, and the dog just turned towards my window and just started. So it got my attention. I'm like, what the fuck is that noise? And I look out there and the dog is standing on the sidewalk facing my damn window like, and then I'm talking to my daughter about, I'm expressing the dog. I might have did a little video just to prove it to her, this weird shit that be going on. And she's like, what the fuck? And so I'm like, yeah, like that one fucking time. See, the dog was an indicator. The dog was a symbol. The dog was symbolic. See what I'm saying? This is why I said I gotta start doing my pics, my live streams face front, and then we take it over here. Okay? Just throw a turban on, girl. Just throw a turban on. Okay? You good. Okay? I mean, like, so I don't know what it is, y'all. I feel like if a person would have just said what the fuck they felt without like having a Tourette's giggling thing that they do, like, you know, I just want to tell you how I really feel, you know, because like, you see, if a person could have just did that, maybe they would feel better. Maybe they would feel more freer as they're walking day to day through life. But something that this lady said, and I don't speak in subliminals. Her channel's name Margot. Is it Margot? I think it's Margot. Let me check. Let me shout her out correctly, because I like to give people their beautiful anointing flowers. Hold on. You know, when it's due, baby. So hold on. Let me go find what her name is. I think it's Margot. Hold on, Margot. I think is it just Margot? Margot. Margo. And she just put up a video on her channel talking about they're doing black magic on you. Okay? They're doing black magic on you. So with that being said, as I was listening to her video, she was saying that they're doing black magic on you because you have exposed them. You have exposed them. And so she triggered me to go back shopping for more pendants because she brought up this other particular crystal and you know, and I was like, oh yeah, I wanted to look for that one. Good looking out, Margot. You know, I'm talking to the phone like, good looking out, Margot. Well, the TV. I was meant to go look for that particular pendant. You know, thank you for reminding me. And she actually asked for her audience to let her know in the comments if they're dealing with this, with the wool. But I didn't feel the need to do that. Okay. So anyway, matter of fact, did I hype her up? I don't know. I don't think her hype button be coming up. I didn't see the hype because usually when I see the hype on Marco's videos, I always hype it up. You know, it's not too many people that I watch outside of myself doing how I do what I do that I hype up just automatically. I'm just automatically gonna hype it up because I know you about to bring that real beautiful anointed healing conversation. But Margot is one of them. Her energy is very light, it's very buoyant, you know, and every time I listen to any kind of a message that she gives, it's on point. Okay. So, yeah, so she was saying they doing black magic, and she said black magic doesn't mean that they're physically having tools and bobbit dolls and doing all kind of shit like that. Black magic could just be hating you so much that they consistently keep you on their mind in the most negative way. She also indicated that it's because if this is somebody you were in a relationship with, it's because you are no longer loving them the way that they want to be loved. What the fuck? See what I'm saying? It's these type folks like this. Like, what? I'm doing this so I can bring it up closer. When you killed me in your judgment, did you care about the whim I had? That's weird. Like, see what I'm saying? Like, certain comments I'm not going to delete. But, you know, don't delete that one, Ashley, if you're in the room, if you're moderating. Anywho, like I said, this is what I'm talking about. It's crazy how it literally be so in sync on in proving my points every time. Wow. And anyway, she said, if this is a person you were in a relationship with, it's because you're no longer loving them the way you were, the way you once were. Like, they don't have your love anymore. They don't have your energy anymore. And so, you know, I was over here looking for, like, the crystal that she had mentioned that I wanted to go look for. And then I was over here with the stylus, you know, scrolling. And then I happened to look up, you know, because it kind of pissed me off. Like, and? Like, what? Like, because I'm extremely logical. You would think that if a man was with a woman and was like, oh my god, it was the best I ever had, then why would you be like, oh, that was the best I ever had? Oh, hello? What's up? Nah, I was just about to call you back. What's up? No, I was just working. Yeah. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll be over there. No, I'll get off at 6. I'll be over there. All right, then. What? I'm just too logical. Straight up. I'm just too logical. You just can't get away with nothing with me because I'm just too logical. I'm too logical. If you want to call it analyzing, psychoanalyzing, I don't give a fuck what your word is. I'm going to tell you that I'm too logical. So I don't operate in this mushy, emotional... No, because when men use their masculinity, such as their phallus, to weaponize you or you know, control you, that doesn't work with me. I have the vagina. I don't know what this is. I don't know what it is. So that's why I don't really try to contemplate it too deeply. But what? I have the vagina though. So there came a time when I told Quasi, I said something. He's like, well, of course, women can get sex anytime they want to. I was like, what? Like he says stuff that is not logical, and it has no foundation. Like, it has no, what? Women can get sex anytime they want to? I said, what are you talking about? I don't even know what I said, that's what he blurted out his mouth, but it stopped me in my tracks because it didn't go with what I was talking about. It didn't fit. So I was like, what? Yeah, of course. Women can, it's easy for women. So there he goes projecting again. Something that I said was talking about triggered him to feel like, yeah, you women have the control. You women have the power. That's what I translated what the fuck he said too. Because when I go, what? What do you mean? What? women can get sex easily, of course. Like, what? Because I always, when I talk to this dude, I would always stop and allow him to elaborate or clarify what. So I don't do well with taking my brain out of my skull and put it over here on the shelf and then have sex. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you, like, how the fuck am I going to think to get my brain back into my head? Like, what? You want me to give you some brain? Like, it doesn't make sense. So here's the PSA, ladies. If you have had sexual relations with a man, and now he just don't want to leave you the fuck alone, but he don't stalk you the way normal stalking goes, really take it seriously. Okay? He don't stalk you the way normal stalking goes. How does normal stalking go? Phone calls. Can we talk? Can I see you? Showing up to your job, coming over to the house, trying to buy you stuff for your birthday, like y'all still together, like type shit. Like the man gonna be up close and then eyeball to eyeball. Hey, baby. Man, it's not over. I tell you I love you. We got to get back together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's normal stalking. This stalking you in the spirit type shit is a whole nother level. It's a whole nother level. You're going to have to activate devils inside you that you didn't even know existed. You're going to have to activate the devil energy within you to protect you, because I told y'all the devil is within you. It's like, can you just imagine children that are afraid of the dark? And that parents just go ahead and get them nightlight, because maybe something in the parent remembers when they were afraid of the dark at one point in time, but then they realize that it's nothing that's going to harm you, that it's in your mind, right? But you have a certain sensitivity towards your child, because you remember yourself as a child, and then you don't be cruel or critical about it. You just make sure that they can sleep and they can rest, right? That is the thing that you do as a responsible, loving parent, right? But what if you had the kind of parent that turned every fucking light off in the house? And then you got to go pee and you're terrified of getting out of the bed because it's so dark in the whole house. And the house is creepy. Right? Like, this is how I tend to think about a man when he behaves in a way that doesn't make sense for him to want to keep being around a certain woman. This is the way that I process what he could be going through. There's something distorted from childhood. This is why I can approach it with such a tenderness in my heart. Because I remember being a child and having things happen that adults around me act like they didn't give a fuck. So how do I deal with this? I'm a kid. Right? Because these men be acting like little children, like they really do. It's very sad. I'm being serious about what I'm talking about. It's very sad. But I'm not finna stay in this sad as disposition all my life because of you. I'm not finna be torn down and everything and dragging my ass and complaining about this and that and all of that because of you. Like, that's what'll happen. These men's karma and unresolved childhood wounding and hatred that they've built up in themselves, it will become your karma. It will become the noose around your neck. If you don't recognize how when you're with that person or talking to that person or dealing with that person in any way, shape, or form, it pulls you down. It makes you sad. It makes you mad. Think about, basically, I'm telling y'all, I shall tell y'all about this before. When a man sticks his phallus inside of you, it puts an imprint inside you. It automatically puts a stamp, an imprint, an energetic imprint inside of your womb, your vagina. Not your womb, your vagina. But it has the power to contaminate your whole womb. Okay? And if your womb is contaminated, you can't birth anything forward of anything. You know what I'm saying? You can't. And I'm not speaking about literal children or human fetuses. I'm talking about manifestation. You can't. So we gonna talk about it. Like, I don't know. Like, it's never going to happen. I don't care. That's what I always say. When you get me to the point where I don't care, I don't care. I'm not going to ever care again. I'm telling you. The forewarning be already there. I don't care. I don't care that you feeling different. No, because you know why you feeling different? Because you kept on trying to taint my light, trying to take and try to help any other powers and principalities that's been swarming around my life before I ever fucking met you get like even more advantage. Like, okay, you hit it first with the spell. Boom. Ah, now it didn't work. Okay, I did this. I think it worked. I think it worked. Did you notice that she was on there? She was sick. She was talking about this and that. I think it worked. I think it worked. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So not only did I express to him all that I was going through, that had nothing to do with him at all. There was no empathy, sympathy, apathy. No, it was just like a bum rush Bogart. Like, okay, you telling me all that, but anyway, I'll be over there tonight. And I keep telling y'all, men like this are dangerous. Okay, dangerous in so many ways. Okay, hold on. I think my camera might be dirty because I just need to get me an iPhone or something. Anyway, you got to be careful because I'm telling you. Like I talk about it all the time, and I say that, I'm grateful that whatever massive tsunami of emotions that came over me, making me feel like, oh my God, I missed an opportunity with Michael Wayne. I'm grateful that happened. Okay? I'm grateful that happened. Because I feel like energetically speaking, they actually bounced off of each other. Their energy, the behavior, it bounced off of each other. It was like a weird mirroring effect that I noticed. So I'm grateful that Michael came back around in 2021 like he did. And, it helped me to really just see some shit that I had been running away from. So, in retrospect, Michael became my energy mirror. My mirror to read things on the spiritual plane that I wasn't able to see. So, in other words, I feel like dealing with his energy increased that in me, because what it did was it raised up the love energy in my heart. Like, it took me from straight just like the pit of hell, you know what I'm saying, to where I was actually dancing in the flames. I was still feeling like I'm in hell, but now I'm dancing in the flames. And the music sure sound good. That's how I look at what was going on with how things transpired between me and Michael. And honestly speaking, I'm always going to be honest, that when I first started like talking to Michael, I really honestly was just grateful that I got this opportunity again, because I seen it in a dream and it was crazy. I was like, what the fuck? Like, how is this happening, right? Tripped me out. And I was grateful that I had the opportunity to clear the air, the opportunity to just, be honest and stuff, right? I approached it that way. Only until it got to like when we moved in this apartment, which I believe was 2022. So Michael came back in 2021. 2022 is when I really started like revving up, like focusing strictly on what Michael talking about, because I started having more visions and dreams and all kind of shit about Quasi doing the most heinous ass shit. Excuse me. Quasi doing the most nastiest ass shit, and then that's when everything came out about the orgy parties and the meth parties and all that shit he had at his townhouse, and all that bullshit came out. I was devastated. Because I was like, damn, girl, you know what that shows you? That shows you that you was so fucking desperate to get away from that ex-husband that if Michael would have came back around at that very moment in time, and I'm grateful he didn't. I'm grateful he didn't. Because again, what I had seen in my pics the other day, that that escapism shit. I think it came out in the Akashic Tarot about that escapism. Okay, to get away from this one situation that's devastating my heart, my mind, my physical body, and my spirit, you know, and jump on in this situation. And I've noticed a pattern that every time I felt like I was being drowned in that man's karma is when I was so scrambled on how to get out of it that I would go backwards to an X. And that's what Quasi was banking on. Quasi was banking on that shit. He was banking on me feeling some kind of way about myself or my circumstances. And then I'm like, oh, well, he's comfortable when he was never comfortable. What that proves to him is that you was never a comfort zone. Okay? You ascertain what is that woman's comfort zone. Don't go off what you think is work with others. What is her comfort zone when it comes to you? If you don't know that her comfort zone when it comes to you specifically is the way you hold her where she can really sleep, because she tend to have nightmares or, you know, stuff like that, things that she's went through and it's bothering her, and you just be that peace. You're just her peace, and she can communicate with you. She can cry. You wipe her tears. You allow her to lay on your chest and listen to your heartbeat and sleep. You know, you stay, you know, she lets you know that she feels stable. She's so grateful that, you know, you've come over again and you're not trying to have sex with her. You're not trying to, you know, and it's a trusting bond that she's building with you. A very gorilla glue grip type bond, heart to heart bond. So do you see how I described my comfort zone? That man was not that. So for him banking on that, you know, because I paid attention to his patterns. We're talking about Quasi. I paid attention to his patterns and how he would love to deal with women that are already displaying conflict in their life. However, it really doesn't, it works best with his type of a energy vampirism and shit he be doing. It works best when she feels like a low self-esteem about herself. Maybe physically, you know? Physically, like some type of a physical thing her body's going through. You know, when we're going through these hormonal fluctuations, all kinds of things that we may not know what the underlying reason that we're feeling emotionally. Like, you know, we want to be under a man and all that, and, you know. And the thing about it being that he's a Queen of Cups, planetary ruling energy is a Queen of Cups, he has that propensity to come off very soft and like, I'm talking about heart, and gentle. Yeah, he has a propensity to radiate or appear like he radiating in that frequency, but it's false. It's a false. It's fake. And the reason you know it's fake, ladies, is because they can't dwell there long. It feels uncomfortable. It feels uncomfortable. It's like a person that's used to sleeping on the floor, and then they come over to your house and you got a big old king size, whatever type of mattress and bed, and just like, damn. And they so feels like it's not right for me to have this comfort as I sleep, and you'll wake up and they on your flow type shit. So he doesn't feel comfortable being in his emotions that are very tender, that are real, authentic. He doesn't feel comfortable there, or safe is a better word. So he puts on these masks like he really is that guy. And then as soon as you have a crisis, regardless if it's big, little, whatever, you feel it's a crisis, he checks out immediately. I've never dealt with this type of energy vampire before. You know, this is a different tier. Okay? And the reason I know it is because, like I said, when real life shit happens, people come together, or they should. But in my life, specifically, when real life crises happen, people are drawn to me because I'm that safety net. I'm that, You know, I'm that logical person to figure things out. Like, okay, but okay, take your emotions out of it though. But look, just focus and do this. That's who I am. So they've always flocked to me. And I'm talking about like family members, you know, stuff like that. So with this guy, it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, it's weird. It's like, ugh. Like, I'm just recalling when we were first dealing with each other and how I didn't know he was like this until I would be talking about something like, yeah, you know, it's fucked up. And such going on with the apartment. And then I want this divorce. It's like I want it yesterday. Like, I don't want to be in this no more. I need to focus on myself and heal. You see what I said? You see how I said there was such, I put my heart in it. And he would be like, shit, yeah, you need to heal. But, you know, I'm going to come over there. So let's say I'm caught up in the energy of what I'm talking about, right? So I'm not noticing how his energy, his response was like right here. I'm up here with it. And he go low, like, So the more we spend time physically together, like in, you know, flesh to flesh, eye to eye. You know, I like to look a man in his eyes. I like to look him in his eyes, all of that. And I noticed that his eyes would be shifty every time. Like, he won't want me to, like, really give him eye contact. You know, like, and I look at him just like I'm looking right now. Not all glammed up, lashes, da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, no. I've always been this raw, natural beauty. So, boom. And he can't, you know, he can't look me in the eye. He can't, like, right? So now I have two things to go on. One, I'm on the phone with you talking about something. 911 on the clock, and I'm like just, yeah, you know, such and such, and then da 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 da, and da da da. So I'm like talking to him like if he was my cousin Benjamin. Yeah. When I get in that mode, that's like how I would talk to my cousin Benjamin, you know. And I'd be like, you know, he's passed on now, but he was like a big brother to me. We're very close. And I'm like, yeah, you know, without calling him dog or whatever, like, yeah, dog, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't do all that because we were romantic, sexual, whatever. So I'd be like, yeah, you know, because I just been feeling some kind of way because I'm in my feminine, right? I'm in my feminine. I didn't feel safe to go deeper into my feelings or whatever's on my mind. So now this man in my bed, I didn't feel that way on the phone, but now he in my bed and I'm looking him right in his eyes and I'm talking about us, me, you, us. And he still can't connect. I'm like, whoa, that's different. That's totally different. I've never dealt with that before. But yet can cut off anything serious that you were just talking about previous to him getting over, because he got over because he's like, all right, you know, but we'll talk, we're gonna talk more when I get over there, and you know, and I'm in my feelings, you know, and I mean, I was going through a lot of hurtful shit, and I would be like, yeah, okay, you know, but I'm just like focused on like, damn, like my life, you know, so I'm not paying attention, like I just said, that his energy was like stalkerish, predatory. I didn't pay attention. But then in person, and I'm talking about me and him, and he can't focus and tune in, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing here? There's not a man that I laid up with that I didn't feel his energy as I'm laying next to another human being. I'm laying next to another human being, a man with a heartbeat, a man with two kidneys, a man with lungs. So what can affect me physically can affect him physically. You know, if some kind of poison come in the air and I'm like, he gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Together, we're both human. You know, I didn't feel that way with him. And this is why the sex that we did have when I was in this energy, like, oh my God, I just got to get out of this situation. Oh my God, like, that's why I just stopped. Stop. Wait, what? Hold up. What's going on? And so for the dude to say he put me under a spell and still been like thinking that this is what's getting him by with what he do in his life, it's like, you got to be the most idiotic, the most moronic entity ever. You're just not human, period. You're just not human. Because how is it that you don't get to that point where you know, where you say, man, let me get this shit up. And this shit is not for me. This shit is not for me. That's a dangerous person. That's a dangerous person that just always takes all kinds of risk. And when you tell them about, hey, you know, you could avoid that if you would have realized that. And then the person will be like, yeah, you right. But then with less in motherfucking 24 hours, the person is right back to the same shit they was already on. Like, that mean they never got off the shit. They was trying to appease you to get around you. It's disgusting. It is the most disgusting shit a woman can find herself dealing with. That she's calling herself in love or enamored. Because it ain't dick whip. It's not. No, dick whipping is a totally different thing. We'll talk about it one day. How you'll know you straight up dick whip. Like he dickmatized your ass down. This is not that. So, for a person to stay in your energy and everything because they're, oh my gosh, you know, damn, like, you know, who cares? Who cares about your feelings of, man, I'm fucked up, damn, like everybody I be attracted, they just more and more trifling, like they just be doing all kind of trifling shit. I just can't seem to get my life together, like everybody's fucked up. Damn. I wonder what Elizabeth doing. Oh, she online right now. There she go talking about me again. Man, she love me. She care about me. You see? You see what I'm talking about? So when Margot said, they doing it because I'm going to keep exposing you. I don't give a fuck. I put on my black on purpose. I don't give a fuck. And I go so hard for any other woman that will come in contact with you. I don't care what's her socioeconomic background. I don't care if she says she's a witch, a high priestess, an empress, a queen of wands. I don't give a damn. She just say, I'm a Christian. I love Jesus. It doesn't matter. And she come into contact with Christopher McNeese, also known as Quasi Rael. I'm going to continue to expose you. I'm going to continue to call you out when you're walking around in my energy, playing around in my energy and think I don't see it. I don't know it. No. We just gonna recap on when you went to jail. That's when I felt the energy shift. As if I never met you. You see what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. What did the energy feel like in my life before I ever met you? I was going through the same shit that I communicated that I talked about that I'm going through. But there wasn't this feeling of like, man, I'm going to have to catch a case. That feeling was not on me. It's the type of energy, y'all. It's nasty. Like this is a different type of a sordidness. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm so grateful this lifetime. This is the way I was supposed to ride it out. I'm grateful. Because I know in the previous lifetime, I done told some shit up spiritually. Whether I was a warlock, witch, whatever. It was something I've done. I know I feel it in my blood. I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my DNA. I feel it. And this time I'm just telling y'all, all I be want to do is my work. Motivate the people. Have the people understanding that I get it. I know what you're talking about. Just don't come in here with that play shit. It's a time and a place for the play shit. Majority of the time when I'm on and I'm talking about that real shit about healing that spirit, that soul consciousness, I'm not playing. That's my life mission. That's my mission. That's my destiny. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. And it's like this dude told me. He said, yeah, you supposed to be meeting somebody around 24, 25. I don't know, somebody. So I was like, what? What the fuck you talking about? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? If I'm doing things to change the course of your life, why would I actually tell you what those things are? Why can't I have both of you? Why do I have to make a choice? Like, are you serious? Men that know how to get down with the get down, and they understand women on a conscious level of, like, you know, how our minds are wired, our emotions, all of that, and they put in the work and all of that, you know, and it's a couple women or two, maybe three, you know, feel like, man, I love his energy too much, you know, I'm good, you know. How you doing? Yeah, I'm Melinda. How you doing? You know, and they want to work together to love on this one man. Congratulations that you three found him. But if a man tells you, I want to be a polygamist, and you say, oh, you know, good luck with that. Why the fuck would this man think that you want to be anywhere near around him when he didn't already told you in so many ways that I'm gonna do other women, but I'm acting like I'm just saying this to you, like, you know, like what I mean, I don't know, like, I don't know, like, but he try to casually say shit, and then when you catch it real quick, as I always do, like, what? So just imagine if my goal was to actually escape from the bad marriage, he was not going to be the house I would run to and knock and be banging on the door. Please, 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 open, let me in. His house would not be a door I would be knocking on. I'm going to take my goddamn chances and move past this door, this address. No. That's what my discernment did for me. So it's like, you're not going to win. What's going to happen is you're going to get yourself a first class ticket to fuck around and find out about messing with certain caliber of women. I'm not the only kind. I'm not the only of my kind out there. It's many of us. I've just chosen to articulate it by way of exposing your ass. I told you I was going to do that. I said, leave me the fuck alone. That's all you got to do. Leave me alone. Don't think about me. Don't be doing no voodoo spells or whatever it is you're doing against me. Don't think about me. Just don't. And I explained that this time around, your karma and the way you get it, I'm going to celebrate it. Okay? Like, how do you live your life not bothering nobody? But your entire life, somebody came in your damn same lifetime, poured it in with you to come bother you, trigger you. Like, and then be mad but you ain't participating. You're not doing shit to participate. You're not giving me the energy I need. Like, you're not. Last time I talked to this bitch ass nigga, he says, oh, I like it when you talk to me again. I get active. It's like, you know, when you come back, I get active. What? When you come back, I get active? Like, and then literally when I say I'm going to get my phone number changed to block you for good. So only way you're going to be able to see me is you looking on my live streams at me or you watching my playbacks. That's the only time you're going to ever get to see me. And as soon as I said that, he know I'm not lying. He know I done did it too many times. So he's like, fuck. So he decides to concoct a plan to have a female call my phone and act like she is his woman. That's his. I don't give a damn. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, the silliness. Like, I'm 52 years of age. And so is this motherfucker too. How, dude? How? That's a long time to be on this planet to still haven't grown up in no kind of way, shape, or form that says, like, I feel like what he should do is, if he really want to play around with spell work and shit, I feel like he should attempt to try to get initiated into some type of secret society where they just want to sabotage. Janae, can I get some baking soda water, please? Thank you. Ooh, that baked chicken coming up. Where they just want to sabotage hurt, harm, and injure women's lives that got rid of them. I'm sure there's many groups out there like that. That's what he should do. And I feel like with that attempt to have a certain camaraderie with others that are just as lowly in nature as he is, there's somebody there would be able to be that catalyst for some shit. Like, you know, I sometimes when I think about the energy of like living my life as respectfully as I do, like, okay, that's you and yours, you know, cool, I'm on my business. You don't gotta tell me your business, it ain't got nothing to do with me. People that know me intimately like that know that I do that all the time. Like, when you telling me all that, I don't want to know any of that. That just happened one day. Me and my daughter was out. This lady started telling me their business, and I was like, and then my daughter came up right at the right time to like break the law. I was like, why is she standing here telling me all that shit? Like, for real. I really am like that, especially in this age and in my physical and what I be going through. When I'm having a nice little time, don't come with no heavy shit telling me shit. I'm not your counselor. Like, you know, it was just weird. And it always be stuff that they don't be conscious that what they're saying is not right. Like, it's always that shit attracting itself to me. What you're saying is not right. You don't catch it. You're not catching what you just said. No, not that part. This part. You see? And so I'm like, what is that? I always attract that. But this is before I ever was on YouTube, tarot, anything. I've always attracted people like that. Like, why is that? But now I've had to start telling folks. Don't come on. I don't want to hear that. Ain't got nothing to do with me. So it's just, you know, I don't know why, you know, he just always in my energy, like, you know, and this is always this old sappy ass, like, man, damn, why you tripping? Like, I'm trying to, and it's crazy because every time I've tapped into his thoughts, that dude will be on my phone line saying exactly the fucking shit that I was seeing in a vision of him saying to me. It's like I tap into his thoughts and I can hear all the shit he's saying about me, but then he don't realize I can hear the background noise of what he really feel about himself, women, everything. I can hear all of that. And then when we talking on the phone, I be tripping when he be like saying certain shit that I was like, oh my God. I just never break character and let him know, like, oh wow. So so you was gonna say it exactly like that. I can't believe I never break character. That's actually why I can stay in character, because it just blows my mind that he falls right in everything I say he was gonna say. Sometimes he say shit that don't make any kind of sense, and I'm like, what? Like recently asking me, do I want to stay in a room with him at his apartment, flat, condo, whatever it is. Like, well, I don't even like you. I'm just saying, if you needed a room and everything, if you wanted, you know, if you wanted a room, you know, I mean, because, you know, where I live, it's close by the Galleria. I said, but why are you offering me a room? What do you mean? For the money? Like, so you trying to solicit me to be your roommate, to pay you. I don't even like you. You done already told me you won't stop bothering me. What? That's what I'm talking about. It be too goddamn much. It be too goddamn much. He'll take that bark sugary ass shit. It be too much. It be too much. And I tried the role of, you know, okay, you know, I wish you the best, and he don't like that. It's like, no, because that sounds like you being for real, that you ain't gonna fuck with me. Well, I've been already proved that to you. Look how many years that went by. I'm just trying to say, like, I don't want no beef, no battles, nothing like that. I don't want to talk about you. I don't, you know, but you being up in my energy with that foul shit. And I only talk about it because I know men that operate like this really be thinking that they some real big type, some real tough shit. They be thinking they some real big ass tough shit. Yes, they do. Because the women don't be realizing what they actually doing to them. They don't be knowing, like, why they can't stop thinking about them. Like, this shit is disgusting. Why they can't stop thinking about them. Why they can't seem to, like, you know, like, do shit in a way where it's like, you know, they live in their day-to-day life. And if they saw X, you know, him, you know, oh, hey, how you doing? How you been? Oh, okay, you're looking nice. You know, take care of yourself and go about their damn business without feeling like, you know, oh my God, there he is again. There he is again. But yet the thing is, he doesn't stalk like in the natural sense of the way men stalk you. He does it in the spirit, like in the unseen. You, hell yeah, I was gonna call your ass out. I used to tell you about yourself behind the scenes. I used to tell you, stop fucking with me, leave me alone. I saw that. I saw what you did. You laugh. Woman, you're so funny. and you know what's really scary? Sometimes folk like this don't want, they like it that the Most High God got to come in and smite their ass. They it's like they be taunting the hand of the Most High. They really don't believe. They don't receive it as truth. There is a major force field of positiveness, positivity. Okay? Okay? That keeps shit balanced. Yes. With every death, here go about 5 births. See the balance in that? With every death, 1 death's out. No more breathing. Gone. It's 5 births. The lesson in that is the power of life versus the transformational power of death. Like, what? Y'all, I've been watching Blake Swain. And I can't help myself. How do you keep wanting to do that? What? I've been cracking the fuck up behind the scenes listening to Blake Swain. Blake Swain, he on my community post, y'all. He is so fucking hilarious. What? Like, funny as fudge. Let me show you. Excuse me. That baked chicken. Here you go, right here. Blake Swain. Hilarious. Hilarious. What? Funny. But anyway, I've been watching a lot of comedy and stuff. This other guy that I found too, who is he? What's his name? Lou Young. I had just found him on the short. Hilarious. Fucking hilarious. I gotta find the one where he was doing Paul from the Temptations and stuff. That shit was fucking hilarious. Everybody like Paul from the Temptations. The way he was like, oh mother of mine. Everybody loves Paul. Yeah, y'all. So I wasn't gonna spend all this whole time talking about that dude. We just gonna give a little reading to him and everything. I'm gonna call it a reading, psychic into the constellation, whatever you want to call it, whatever. He gonna get that, People be wanting your attention. Divine feminines, y'all gotta be careful how you be loving on these masculines that don't deserve to get a entry into your life so they can try to haunt you. They don't allow it. Okay, please be careful. Please be careful. Okay. I don't know. What should we use? Should we use the Goddess of Love Oracle? I don't know. I think I should start with the Goddess of Love Oracle. I don't know what could come out. I don't know. See, it wasn't going to be no bashing. Like I be trying to tell him, dude, I don't be studying you, child. Let me tell you what I be studying. Like, why is this nail not growing yet? It should at least be about right here. Like, that's what I be over here doing. Like, oh my God, what's going on with my nails? Okay, why is that one? Like, that's what I be over here doing. Taking care of this swelling with everything going on in my physical health and body. I don't be studying you at all. And the only time I ever probably be getting all hot and horny and start acting like a manic panic crazy sex pot with Michael Wayne is probably because your ass is over there doing something, because I don't be thinking about Michael either. Like, I be focusing on self. So I don't know. Should we? What should we do? 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 What should we talk to him about, Spirit? This was not supposed to be about messy boots. No. This was about, setting the record straight. But in a way that is going to be conducive to both parties releasing and receiving. It's a give and take over here. All right? I give you the truth. I should receive peace in the rest of my existence here on earth without your interference. Okay, so let's see. Uh-oh. Why my daughter just put these little bitty baby ones in here like that? She got these all nice and curved. Nice and curved. So that's how we're going to do the next batch of Goddess of Love. Because these are just squared off. And then she started curving them, which is good because it don't cut my hand like that. Yeah, look at that. Alright, so this is fresh from the downloads of my heart and my consciousness. So let's see. I don't know how these gonna go in there, but we're gonna put them in their own little grip, their own little clip. So therefore, I just ordered some more blank tarot cards. So, and I got so much new art, so much more new art now. Excuse me. I got so baked chicken, black eyed peas. I got so much new artwork now, child, that I can put on my Goddess of Love Oracle. So let's get into it. I call in the element of fire for love's compassion, water for the soul's purification, air for the flow of communications, and earth to ground me in the healing protections and provisions of my ancestors, my guardian angels, the cosmic elders, and the divine feminine spirit that created us all. I'm calling the councils of the highest white light to make my messages plain, crystal clear in Christ consciousness name. You know they call Christ Jesus, so known as Yeshua, the real one. So let's see. What does the Goddess of Love Oracle have for us? Give me clear jumpers, please, and thank you. Clear jumpers, please, and thank you. Ooh, that baking soda going right down in my belly. Okay, that one turned over. When you operate in the complete opposite of your creative peace, you will have none. So what this is talking about is wanting a reaction. And Margot also discussed that, right? Wanting a reaction. See? So I can't operate in the complete opposite of being peaceful. And the closest thing to chaos for me is thinking of some abstract art or, oh, let me do this. Oh, the decor about that. Oh. That's the stuff that I be, in the clouds about, right? So I cannot operate outside of my creative peace. And I will not allow you to rob me of that. Okay? I worked hard at maintaining peace in a chaotic ass environment. I've been doing it. I've been doing it, and I've been doing it and doing it well. And you're not about to come in and try to sit down somewhere. I keep telling you, sit down somewhere. Yes. So again, when you operate in the complete opposite of your created peace, you will have none. Okay? And so if you, Quasi-Rael, the Christopher that I'm talking to, have been so chaotic in your day-to-day movements, it's because this is what you are choosing to vibrate in. It's coming from your thoughts and it's manifesting through other people. When you sat here on the edge of my bed July 4, 2025 and you said you don't know why you keep on attracting people that seem like they got mental illness. But do the healing work, though, Do the healing work. And really mean it, what I'm saying? Don't fake it to try to get into, certain people's graces. You know what I'm saying? Ever wonder if you're on the right path? How do you feel doing what you do to get money? How do you feel? So do you ever wonder if you're on the right path? Well, I'm here to tell you, you're not. Okay? Just because it's in your natal chart that you were going to be into witchcraft, the occult, all that, it says the same shit in mine. But do I operate in that energy that you operate in, that I want to throw a tantrum and I want you for myself. You literally said it. And I recorded you saying that you started doing the spells on me because you didn't want to lose me to somebody else. That means it's what you do to every woman that you feel like you want to keep to yourself. So I'm not special. If it's draining your vital force of life, you are severely out of divine alignment of your soul's purpose. This is the Goddess of Love oracles, okay, that I'm reading from. No, they're not ready. They're not available for sale. Okay. While this energy is trying to affect me every which way, make sure I make no major money so I can move around and do some things. Okay? Oh, yeah. I'm going to forever expose it. That's my job. Real and so delicious. Love is never hidden. No, it's up front. It's bold and brazenly in your face. Yeah, real love is never hidden, baby. It is delicious. It is bold and it's up front in your face, baby. And so that's why I can make fuckers like you, Quasi, brazenly upset because it's so real. And you know it. See this smile on my face? That's self-love. That's self-love. I've worked hard on maintaining it. Spinning the block. I can't make it up. Spinning the block. I can't make it up. Mercury retrograde. Donnell Jones, you know what's up. I'm digging you. I'm wanting you, girl. Baby, tell me what's up. How that song go? Just recently. Just recently. I'm trying to be friends, you know, just. You don't even know how to spell. Spell friend. Don't keep your enemies close. Wow. Don't keep your enemies close. Cause those closest to you be your worst enemies. Life's oxymorons. Isn't that stupid when people say, yeah, you got to keep your enemies close. Don't keep your enemies close, because those closest to you be your worst enemies. Spirit says, beloved, remember to temper your emotions in that people feel you and not fear you. Oh, you say you fear me? You make me feel intimidated. Why? Why would light scare darkness? Why wouldn't darkness invite light? That's what you can't handle that I'm balanced. That's what I just like, how does she fucking do that? Because it's in my DNA. It's in my DNA. So you know what I'm saying? So you got a problem with letting people be uniquely and marvelously made. It's one thing to envy somebody and then, ooh, my belly is about to start bubbling now. That's what that baking soda do. Excuse me, it neutralizes shit. Y'all be having bad indigestion, just go get you a box of Arm & Hammer in the orange box baking soda. Put just a little half a teaspoon in some warm water, like that, and drink it. And instantly you're gonna be burping and your belly gonna start bubbling and all. It's gonna help your digestion. Anywho, wish I'd have known about it when I was pregnant with my daughter. Yeah, what was I saying? That's how I be known. That's how I be known when spirit be like really on like this energy of we elevating. That's how I be knowing, because when I'm talking about negative shit, it's very difficult for me to like get in that lowliness and just like it's very difficult. That's how I'm always giving confirmation that I'm above that bullshit. Like, right? It's not about being cocky. It's about being real, authentic, true, straight up. That's all it is. I promise you. People think, you know, they that's what I was talking about, being envying somebody. You know, if you know that something about a person really just chaps your hide, really just triggers you, but it's the good thing about them that's triggering you, then that's something reflective back on you. Right? So I'm going to give you a perfect example. I'm sitting somewhere and it's a place, let's say it's the mall. And I'm looking around, people watching, and I see like a big woman. She's obese, she's big, and she all happy and everything, and she just walking her belly jiggling, and she just, I'll get envious of that. Right? Because I know how difficult it was for me to walk. I know how difficult it was for me to sit down in this chair, and I know I'm going to have to try to get up. My bones hurt. Like, so my envy makes sense. That is supposed to be something that's going to reflect right back to me. Like, well, just keep doing the work. It doesn't sit in me like, fuck that fat bitch. Da, 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 da. And then I'm still thinking about it when I leave. No, it's reflective like, damn. So immediately when I just kind of get annoyed with it, I just like, man, I wish I could be fat and happy. She's all fat and happy and stuff. So it does not turn into hate. It's actually like, I guess you would say like jealousy. So there's envy and there's jealousy. It's like, damn, I'm jealous. Envy is toxic. Is a stronghold. Jealousy is something that you can actually reflect back and be like, you know what? I just wanted to let you know the reason why I came at you like that, because I was so jealous. And this is when you know you're very sincere about what you're telling the person. You're saying, I was so jealous of the way that you just, and it can't be frivolous. I'm not talking about physical looks, okay? Remember I said that I would look at a fat girl, all fat, just blah, blah, and just happy, just laughing, all, ha, 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 walking with a person or whatever, and I'm all. Because she has something that I am working towards. And if it can reflect back to me, like, well, keep doing the work. Keep doing the work. But it should never linger where I still got that woman on my mind that I don't even know. I don't know that lady. Why? So I have the God in me always chin checks me. The God in me always check me. That's what I be talking about being balanced. So if I'm envious of this woman and she's in her nice home and look like she got good air quality, she breathing all good and shit, but it would be something else about her that's triggering me, then I have to ask myself, why are you still watching the person then if you so triggered? And then, before I know it, that thing that my spirit was telling me, this person has this thing on them, boom, it shows up like that, instantaneously. And I'm like, damn. So now, through my thoughts, I'm actually like healing them. But angry at the fact that they not realizing that this social media shit is gonna reflect back to them who they really are. And I'll be like, damn, that's fucked up. She don't even see that shit coming. Wow. It's crazy, right? Like, you see? And I immediately transmuted any envy from staying inside of my vessel as negative and a stronghold pulling down. Because now I looked at that person with empathy and a whole lot of logic. Like, well, shit, that's not logical to be doing serving yourself like that, because then you're going to have this energy coming in and you're going to got that. Oh, wow, that's deep. Oh, shit. Anyway, let me mind my business. That's how I be processing when I'm watching someone else that triggers me. You know what I'm saying? And I always ask myself, what are you jealous of? Or what are you envious of? And so when I can instantly say, like, I'm so jealous that she got da-da-da-da, I notice that when I say it in my heart. I say it in my heart. So that's how I know, like, oh, I'm jealous. I'm hurt. Because what I'm going through, I'm feeling sad for myself. But envy makes you watch the person and be like, what? That's sad. That's sad to be that void in your heart. Ooh, that's sad. Ooh, baby. That's why I continue my healing work. I continue my psychic intuitive counseling sessions. Because, baby, You gotta walk around in these streets being keep your third eye to these spiritual political streets, baby. Cause shit be lurking. Spirit says, beloved, remember to temper your emotions in that people feel you and not fear you. It's all about wholeness. It's all about being balanced, evolved, evolutionary. It's about absolution and the progression of emotions. And that's what I just discussed. So you see, that's how the Goddess of Love oracles work. I love him. I love him. I love him so much. I love him so much. And I love that my discipline is paying off. Okay? Did this work long time ago. Shit, we probably was still in that other apartment and a whole bunch of shit that was going to transpire hadn't transpired yet and all that. So these take me all the way back. Every time I look at the art, I know who I was at that moment in time. That's like, it's like indicative of a year. It's indicative of a year. And so I'm like, whoa, like, yeah, shit, a lot happened since this picture right here. Okay. And then now the next set of photograph is, I'm telling you, it's like the beauty of life is when you realize that you have always been in alignment. That's your real true aha moment. When you realize I've always been in alignment. That's why people will feel like you being cocky. But that's why I told you, every day you got to have a strong dose of I don't give a fuck as you approach your day to day. Because when you're the most sweetest, loving person, you will have all kind of a disgusting, nasty, dark energy, negative energy to try to make you be hateful. Like, people that can't handle the truth, they'll feel like you being hateful or you being, who gives a fuck? It's like, as soon as I say, who gives a fuck, it transmutes the shit immediately. But you gotta say it a certain kind of way. You gotta go, who gives a fuck? It's a certain way you say it. It's different levels to I don't give a fuck. That level right there, who gives a fuck? Means that continue and don't be distracted. But when it's about a man want to lay with you, a woman want to lay with you, going to keep pulling you down and all that type of shit, it's like I don't give a fuck how they feel. You gotta stay away from me. You see, it's a whole nother level. Because these people that have shared an intimate space with you is on a whole nother level of just some random stranger you don't know. A meeting of the minds is like two brains having an orgasm. Somebody got to initiate intercourse. Intercourse. A meeting of the minds is like two brains having an orgasm. Somebody got to initiate intercourse. I-N-N-E-R. Course. And the last one says, get out your comfort zone before your comfort zone become your maximum security prison. Get out your comfort zone before your comfort zone becomes your maximum security prison. So maybe one day these will hit the store. Maybe one day. But of course it'll, I'll do it the way I do it, as far as cover art go. That's why I stay sharp on my cover arts and stuff like that. And my thumbnail, the way I dress up the channel, all that. I love doing all of that. If YouTube was a platform where you couldn't do any of that, I would be like, I have to show my artistry. And like I tell y'all all the time, the main thing that pisses me off about this whole censorship through YouTube, through social media, period, right? And I don't give a damn what platform I'm on. It'll follow me over there. Is the fact that when they try to kill my artistry. And that's why I never put this up. I kept this out. They try to kill your artistry to minimize your ministry. That's the only thing about this whole social media thing. Right? That is like anything about the music that's supposed to help people just sit back, vibe out, everything that I put up musically is very nostalgic. It has a very strong heart snatching frequency to it. Whether you just want to get in some good sweet ass love with your masculine or your feminine, and I put some Melissa Morgan Do Me Baby up on there or something like that, what I'm saying, and she feeling some kind of way. You have to have a vintage soul to listen to the type of shit I be putting up. A vintage soul, baby, not an old soul. Vintage, okay? And when they tried to, they just killed the channel. They just made sure it got no momentum and didn't get out there, didn't do anything. Like, that's the shit right there. And then I was doing my art over there, which my art channel was going to turn into a whole lot of other stuff with interior design and decor and how you set pictures on the wall, like different stuff, like different ways to play with colors and textures and everything and all that. Like, I had a whole vision about that channel, that it was going to evolve. Everything I do is meant to be evolutionary this lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what these say that's all nicely cut up, trimmed up. If they can cut the line to the divine, then they can steal your inheritance time after time. Cindy Lauper. That's right. If they can stop your flow of loving yourself as the Most High God loves you, there you go. They can snuff you out and steal your spiritual inheritance. My daughter had to go doing the artwork. Spirit, what is it about the space where we feel like we are sleepwalking? I feel like that may have a lot to do with just not operating in what they know. What it came right here. This one that says, ever wonder if you're on the right path? How do you feel doing what you do right now to get money? How does it make you feel with what you do for work or for finances? You know, there was a song that I was just watching, Old School Apollo, where the lady was on there singing, no romance without finance. What she say? Ain't nothing going on but the rent. I feel like once you approach life with this energy of, why am I so black and white and gray? I need to start coloring outside of the box. I'm telling you, it all starts with thoughts. You know? And then just start doing it. What was it in childhood that made you feel so free, so buoyant, where your spirit was not heavy and burdened down with responsibilities and all type of shit? That's what you should seek out to do again. Okay? And that's what will break your feeling of spiritual sleepwalking. The Warlock has been locked in the war he created for. Oh, what would have happened had I not finished with these? Wow, dude. The Warlock has been locked in the war he created for you. Whoa. I'm going to have to put this on the thumbnail, man. This got to be a special thumbnail right here. I got to make a special thumbnail. Ooh, wow. Didn't even know that one was in part of the downloads. If they can steal your spiritual honor, then they can steal your monetary influence. Ooh. The alignment, baby. They got to be hard-headed in order to learn the lesson. That's when they realize they lost a blessing. I can't make it up. Like I said, you could always tell. Like, yeah. And Margot also brought that up too. She said, like, they do stuff to, like, she didn't use the word shadow man, but she said, like, where you're not able to be seen. That's what they're doing. They're doing things so you're not able to be seen. You're not able to be heard. It's like, whatever, dude. Whatever. I keep telling y'all, I'm writing this in the Akashic Records. So whether you watch this, anything that I put on this channel, and you have no fucking idea what I'm talking about, it's not for you to know. It's for the team to know that I know what's popping. So I'm be talking to my spirit team when I say certain things like that. Okay? God's love comes from within, and knowing this key to life is the battlefield of protection. The devil is within. I'm telling you, the devil is inside you. Once you realize, okay, well, who's living inside of me? Is it God or is it the devil? It's supposed to be balanced. The seeking is the work and the expectation is the faith. The seeking is the work and the expectation is the faith. Woo, that's powerful. Woo, that's powerful. But this is going to be the title. The Warlock has been locked in the war he created for you. So I don't know what's going on with this man. I don't know. But They say it's one more up in here. One more. Okay, okay, wait. Wait. You know my stomach bubbling. Took that baking soda. Let's see. It jumped out with some power too, so hold on, let me see the afterplay. Yep. God, guidance over deception. The guardian overpowering destruction. Guarantees to remind you that you are on the right path. That you are on the right path in times of trouble and discouragement. And it's 10 o'clock straight up and down. On the clock. All the time. Keep it right. Get it right. Hercules. Hercules. So let's see. Let's see what the tarot is going to tell us. Oh, my belly hurts. Let's see what the tarot is going to tell us. I got two tarot decks that look the same, but one of them is newer than the other one. This the newer one. This the old one that's all frayed and everything. Good thing they still sell these, though. But I got two of them, so we're going to keep working with them. Let's see. So what does Spirit have to say about this quasi-royale today? Excuse me. What does Spirit have to say about this quasi-royale today? Oh, my thumb still doing that weird throbbing. What does Spirit have to say about quasi-royale today? What's going on with this mind? Woo, my belly hurt. Wow. And it came out like this. Hangman. Hangman. Horizontal. Hangman in the horizontal. 4 swords in the upright. Woo-hoo-hoo. Ooh. If I ruled the world, imagine that. I'd free all my sons. I love them, baby. Black diamonds and pearls. Child, you got a Queen of Wands in the reverse. Y'all already know I'm not a tarot reader. But I'm about to go ahead and break that shit down through the tarot. Hold on, wait a minute. We already got our 3-piece, $2.99. Let me go and give you the only scent that matters, and that is going to be how I summarize this shit. Let's see what's popping. Because I'm about to go. I'm about to listen to me little music. I don't know. I haven't been feeling like Diamond Pain, y'all, but I'm going to get back to it. Okay, the Hangman, because I just been, this hot flashes and all this shit I've been going through, I just ain't been in the mood. It's just been too much. The Hangman in reverse. 4 swords upright. You finna see what's going on with you, Quasi-Rael. If I ruled the world, imagine that. I don't want to see. I know how folks will be like, and that ain't even what that Queen of Wands mean in the reverse. Anybody can say, anybody can say. So I do it like this. This is how I do it. I write down every card I have, and I do it just like that, and then I read. Okay? This 3. Okay, that's how it came out. Just like that. Just like that. This 3-card spread signals the end of a long period of contemplation and forced stagnation. I told y'all when I did that other pics and it was talking about it's self-limiting. No, this is some bullshit going on. It says forced stagnation. You are being called to break out of your shell, stop thinking and re-engage with the world while being highly mindful of where you direct your energy. Right? Okay, let's keep going. The Hangman in reverse is a period of waiting, deep surrender, or being stuck is finally coming to an end. The lessons of a recent pause have been absorbed, and it is now time to land on your feet and take action. The 4 swords in the upright, keep in mind, I tell y'all this all the time. Women or men worth their weight to hear from the divine about whatever the subject matter is. Should always reaffirm and confirm what they're telling you. And this is my way of doing that. Okay? 4 swords in the upright represents rest, retreating, mental processing. Upright, it asks you to step back from the chaos to gain mental clarity, to heal, and plan your next move away from daily pressures. Now you see how I was talking about? I asked Spirit straight up, what's going on with this dude? Okay? Queen of Wands in reverse signifies passion, creativity, or fiery personality. His moon is in Aries. Fiery personality, but in reverse, it points to a burnout, low self-esteem, or misdirected enthusiasm. It suggests a loss of confidence or that you are pushing too hard on something that ain't working. Can't make it up. Core interpretations and themes. The end of surrender. It's time to get into action. Okay? It's time to get into action. It says both the reverse hangman and the upright 4 swords suggest that you have been spending significant time in mental reflection, taking time out, or waiting for circumstances to change. Okay? We gonna clarify this, right? Hold up. The hangman reversing tells you that the waiting phase is over. You now have the necessary perspective to implement the plans that you've been mulling over. Number 2, watch out for burnout and impulsive frustration. The 4 swords in this combination is a gentle warning to pace yourself. Because it is paired with a reverse Queen of Wands, there's a risk of swinging from total passivity straight into burnout. Okay? The Queen of Wands reverse indicates that your fiery energy might be burning out too quickly, leading you to be frustrated, doubting yourself, and being overly critical of yourself. This is speaking about what he feels about himself. Okay? And setting clear boundaries. See, and then the flip side of this is what he would want me to feel about myself as not being an upright Queen of Wands, but a reverse. So keep in mind now, keep in mind, and we're gonna take these and go and put them up. Yeah, we're gonna go and put them up to the side though. We ain't gonna put them up. We're gonna put them to the side. Okay. Okay. Oh, my tummy is so beware that it's probably gonna make you want to go toot toot, beep beep. All right. It also says here the combination of reverse hangman, letting go of old martyrdom, and reverse Queen of Wands suggests a need to reevaluate your boundaries. You may have been sacrificing too much for others, and now you feeling drained. It is time to step back, prioritize your own needs, and establish firm limits on who or what gets your fire and passion. See, that's another thing that I tell y'all all the time. Always have an objective mind and a subjective mind. simultaneously, because it's telling me about me and it's also going to tell me about him, but you got to let it continue to tell the story. The way my spirit team works with me, anytime I'm seeking to find answers about a person outside of myself, they're always going to show me first how directly connected I am with that person. So I'm really, when I'm reading this, I'm seeing how it's talking to me, but the end goal is to see how is it relating to him. Okay. Next steps to make the most of this spread: integrate your lessons. Use the clarity from your recent force forward's resting period to guide your next actions. Protect your energy. Step away from tasks, projects, or people that deplete your confidence. See what I first started talking about at the top of the hour. People that deplete your confidence or feed that reverse Queen of Wands energy. Now do you see how it's directly, that Queen of Wands coming out in the reverse like that? That's how I knew right then. Because in his 10-10 on the clock, in his cards of destiny, he is a Queen of Cups. He already shows up as a queen. Stomach. Trust the process. You have gained a new perspective from your hangman phase. Move forward with confidence, but pace yourself to avoid burnout. So that's talking about me. Right? When I'm talking about I'm weak, y'all, I'm tired. So we already pulled it out the other day and seen the death magic shit came out. We finna pull them right now. Right now. We finna pull them. Yeah? What you thought? I wasn't gonna pull them? Oh yeah, we finna pull them right now. Oh no, this going on there though. We finna pull it right now. The Kipper. The Kipperish by Kevin. Kevin's Kipperish. As you come put the fan in the window to the wall. Hopefully I can breathe a little bit more, because it's feeling a little stuffy in her. I know it's starting to get stopped up again. Ooh, my stomach. To the window, to the wall. Ski, goddamn. All this ski, goddamn. Woo! Money. And that's what it's been telling me a lot in my cards of destiny, that I've been consistently thinking about making money, having money. Yeah, it's on point. It's on point. Here you go, my love. Yes, you can give me a fresh drink. Ice water, baby. Because it's getting to that point where it's like that old stale ass. You know, you go to the water fountain and you be like, it'll be hot. You be like, damn.
Hell yeah.
That's how it's starting to taste. Like, it still got that little cool effect, but it's like,
Yeah.
you be feeling like you be drinking water from the underground or some shit. Like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
So it's thirsty. Damn. People like, that water cool? Like, it's hot. Don't drink nothing. You be telling people like, no, it's hot. Don't drink nothing. You don't want to. Huh? Ice coming? Okay. Let me go ahead and see what we got going on for this dude right quick, because I got to go to the bathroom, child. Woo. I tell you, that baking soda get up in there, neutralize, and be able to go. The baking soda make you go. Okay, so let's see. Hopefully I ain't got to cut camera quick. That's why I'm trying to get this last little part out quick. Oh, 10 of Cups. So he... he wants a family. He wants to be around family. He wants something holistic, you know. Okay. That's fair. And healing. It jumped right over the 12, the hangman. Right? So, you know, all while this shit has been going on, I've been consistently staying in a position of wanting to heal, working real hard about my healing, and fighting about my ability to heal. Right? You need an environment that's conducive into detoxing, and that you can have a serene, tranquil space to sleep and breathe. Hello? Okay, if your car got water damage, and it that's gonna hurt you. Riding around in the car that's been in a flood, and they call themselves that they can fix it, and then you like, oh my God, I've been sneezing, I've been itching. Like, I think it's the car, I think it's the mold in the car. It is. Get a new car. It's not that easy when shit is being set up against you to move and have what you're supposed to have. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I feel like he can want a family. He can want a family, want to be around family, don't really like being alone. But it's something that he puts up a facade, like he can be cool being by himself. He might miss, that dynamic to feel like that was his, like, safety net when he goes out and go do fucktard shit. Have this safe environment. So that could be the case. I can't make it out. I can't make up shit I be talking about. Womb Raider. That's Womb Raider on this side, and on this side it says spell work failed. So this man still been doing shit to trying to conjure. He's working with voodoo dolls and whatnot. That's what the fuck he doing. That's what the fuck he doing. Trying to affect my Ten of Cups and my ability to heal. See, I had to wait till I got a 3-piece $2.99 to come out. Now these two cards don't make sense. Okay. These two cards, wholesome, Ten of Cups, family, love, healing, and then manipulation. So now you got two cards to separate from the other. What is this? I'm about to say humiliation. He might be starting to go through some. Look. Divine feminine with third parties. Divine feminine with third parties. He might be, linking up with folks and shit. It's a reason I said that in the beginning. It's a reason that I said that shit in the beginning, right? About getting with a secret society. Yeah. Sweetheart. Mad because you took away their sweet love. Okay? Want to manipulate you so you can stay bound. A woman is being manipulated. Is basically what they're saying. Look. This hangman mode energy here. Look, the money came out like this. That's what all this bullshit did was activate this. Okay? So there was no other choice but to get out of what seemed to be a comfort zone. To break through the illusions. I'm going to write on this card, spellcasting. Spellcasting. Child. I don't be want to write on my table. Spellcasting. On here, on this sweetheart, we're going to put Queen of Cups. And we're going to put main female. Queen of Cups, main female. Was dealing with a womb raider. Obsession. Can't make it up. This womb raider, this warlock, obsessed. Wait a second. Obsessed. Doing the manipulation. Against this Main female. Love life. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what he's doing. Divine destiny. And I feel like the main female is him. That's what I feel like. This healer energy would be me. He was doing it all to affect the Ten of Cups. The divine destiny. Look, disagreements and conflict because he couldn't manifest no more. Being between the legs, getting the sex, getting the head, get whatever the hell he got in the beginning. He can't get none of that no more. So, damn. So whatever money he get, he can't hang on to it. Whatever money he do get, he can't hang on to it. It doesn't continue to add up, increase flow. Ooh, my stomach. It's bubbling. Ugh. Ooh, that feeling. Healing the masses, sanitizing medical records. Yeah, so dealing with all kind of other shit too. Yeah. It's showing up right here. Been dealing with all kind of other shit. I talked about it to him briefly, Yeah, bondage. Trapped and bound. I said that. Sure did. I said it. And I feel like when a lot of these other women are talking about this energy, they keep referring to the man as a woman. I promise you. I keep noticing that. Like everything they're describing is like, no, it's a man doing that. But it's a woman. But I'm saying? It's like cloaking itself behind female energy. Yeah, because he not a boss. Look what I just said. It came out like this. King of Wands. He not a boss. He not the boss of you, divine feminine. And he can't stand the shit. Can't stand the shit. Yeah, that's the truth. He can't boss around you because you're too powerful. So this technically is between the Queen of Cups and a King of Swords. So he's operating his feminine hurt self. His booty is chapped. His hide is chapped because he can't manipulate you through his falsehood of love, which is really obsession, and wants to keep you bound through his manipulative practices and whatnot. And that is the truth. He can't take you down because this King of Swords is a healer and has very powerful protection, seen and unseen. Y'all know what only card I'm waiting to come out, and then I'm done. Bid you farewell. Yeah, keep trying to fake friend. Faking friendliness. Let me put that on here too. Faking friendliness. my stomach, my stomach. Soon as I drank that damn baking soda water, my stomach is rumbling in the jungle. Faking peacefulness. So I wrote that in pink because when you can't pay attention, you don't really know that this obsession, because this is a King of Wands energy, but operating in a reverse, right? But cloaking it that he really is so in tune with his feminine side, and he comes in peace, and it's all fraud. It's fraud. It's fraudulent. And see, he keep waiting for you to open up and allow him to come in and start a whole new cycle. With that's been the block message that came out. Like this shit here. Yep. Look. Look. Tried to do this through marriage. And the marriage was part of this bondage too. Like they tried to set this shit up in the spirit. Oh my God. This is crazy. Yep, and it was not achieved. This Ace of Cups was not achieved. You fail. You gotta be hotty toddy about it because shit been going on too goddamn long. Yep. It's been going on too long. They want you to be fearing death. And that goes right over here with this doctor supposed to heal the masses, right? But instead working to help sanitize the records and keep folks in bondage. And all this energy to try to, like I said, they try to kill your artistry to minimize your ministry. Yeah. Conclude this, spirit, please, and thank you. I've had enough talking about this bullshit. That's right. I've had enough. The star seed that I am has had enough. Okay? That's right. That's right. The divine destiny right under that. Exactly. They wanted you to be fearing death. That's what the bondage was. It was going to be affecting your money with that, keeping you in this reverse hangman energy. They tried to bind you through this marriage shit, and none of this shit worked. Ace of Cups in reverse, because the Most High God said you are a starseed, beloved. So, change your thoughts. Change your thoughts. Look. Change your thoughts. Do not allow them to take over your mind. This shit is in spiritual court. Y'all see that shit? Change your thoughts. This shit is in spiritual court. This has been done to you since you was a child. You do have a divine masculine. That right now he's going through some type of some shit. He might end up going to jail for a while and then coming to his senses. But you do have a divine masculine, okay, that is operating right now. Yep. Look at that shit. Look. The divine, he was, oh my God. Oh my God. Spirit say, no, read that again. This person got tainted from birth. This person been tainted since childhood. Destined for doom and gloom since childhood. And how do I know that? Because the South Node is right here with the voodoo card. Spirit say you're going too fast. No, wait. Slow down. I said you do have a divine masculine. But this man tried to pretend he was your divine masculine. He is a mature man. That don't want you to move on from him. And know intuitively that you are a divine feminine, deserving of a divine masculine. This shit is in spiritual court right now. Your health concerns everything about your health has affected your wealth. But the Most High God said you got an Ace of Cups coming in. and continue your path of watching your thoughts and everything, and making sure you don't allow that stronghold to take over you and put the darkness in your heart, because you are going to be so magnetic as a single, sexy, successful woman. And then this person of a very higher ranking is going to come in for you, that's going to surprise you that their divinity is real. They sent straight from heaven. So this is coming in the future. You will be paid through the work that you're doing here on the YouTube. And this death magic shit that they tried to send to you unexpectedly caused your uncertainty at certain points, but then you slid on into this Queen of Swords that activated this self-love, therefore activated their karma, because you are a fucking earth angel. You are directly connected to the Most High, just like you've been telling them. And that their ending, Spirit says, trust that their ending is going to be something that's going to be so surprising. The conclusion to this story is going to be so surprising. They got tower moments coming in. They don't even see it. They manifested tower moments for their ass. That's what, trust that that's their karma. Trust that that's their karma. Trust. See, going on behind the veil is that they have manifested the very fucking chaos they created for you. Woohoo! And I'm out. Peace.